What's up, y'all? Illegit here. I'm in the pretty far in the nightly. Ace or queen. In the not the nightly. This is the Sunday second chance, $200 buy-in, and there's 58 players left out of 1,500, so we're pretty deep. And I've got eights. Look at that. And I'll almost certainly be reshoving this over any open. Um, this guy Bonzo hasn't been opening like super wide, but still, with eights and this many big blinds, this is a pretty obvious reshove. So I'm going to be reshoving this and praying that he doesn't have a callable hand, or if he does, that it's pocket seven. He's tanking, so that's a good sign, and he folded. That's an even better sign. You definitely don't necessarily want to get called there because his calling range is, pretty strong. So you're mostly rooting for a fold unless he happens to have a hand like sevens or sixes, obviously. If he has overcards, obviously you prefer he fold because with overcards, the correct play is to call, and you want him to make a mistake and fold, obviously. So there's 58 left. We made at least 540. I also cashed in the Sunday Million today, but just barely. And then I took a pretty sick three outer. Ace seven lost to ace six to which at the time I only had about 9 big blinds or something, but it would have got me back over to 20x. So, um, but I lost it, and then I kind of made a small comeback, and from I had like one big blind left, and then I made a little bit of a comeback and went up the pay ladder a couple spots, but then I ended up losing fours to ace queen. But the fours, if I would have won the fourth hand, I would have been back up to like 20 big blinds too, and had a decent shot. But anyways, and I'm also in the money in this. Off screen over here is $100, just a regular $100 multi-table, and I'm down to about 16 big blinds. So I'm getting a little desperate over there too. Okay, we can open this. Obviously, there's some danger of us getting reshoved on, but I'm trying to open up my game a little bit, just because you have to pick up the key to winning and is picking up your fair share of blinds. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And this is an obvious raise fold. I've got 22 big blinds and I have queen 10, so that's an obvious raise fold if I get reshoved on. If you're not opening your fair share of pots, then when you pick up hands, people will be less likely to re-steal on you. So here, sometimes you'll feel like you've wasted 5,400 when you do get reshoved on by like this guy, or if this guy three bets. But obviously, a decent amount of time this will happen, and you just pick up the blinds, which is good. And then also the other thing is, if you have to be opening a fair amount of hands if you want people to sometimes like reshove light over you, which you do when you pick up the aces or the kings or the queens or the jacks or the ace king or the ace queen suited. Otherwise, people are just gonna like correctly fold to your opens all the time, and they'll be playing correct, and it's not you don't want them to be playing correctly against you. That is if you're playing too tight. On my other table, I have 16 big blinds and ace-6 suited under the gun +1. I'm just going to fold. It's, too early of a position. There's Ape Styles. He's a good player. He's got about the same stack as I do. Not too many red dots here left, which is good, and it's a random $100 tournament, so you wouldn't expect there to be too many really good players. But that's bodes well for us, especially if we get a double up over there and get up to average chip stack. Inheritance is a really good player. I gotta change his thing, and I have kings over there now, so I'm gonna be opening it under the gun. And actually, let me go put a thing on inheritance. I'm a Luxac's a good player too, so that's funny that they're at the same table. So yeah, there are some reds here. It's just reds of people I haven't called reds yet. I'm still updating. What I'm doing here is color coding people based on whether they're good or not, and I just got min re-raised by a moron. So this will be a pretty sick cooler if he has what I think he could have, but I don't really have much of a choice here. This is sick. I did not expect this. Wow. Sick. God, that's so sick. King. And this guy actually was the guy I was worried had aces. So sick. Oh, sick, sick, sick. Yes. Boom. All right. So that was a pretty thick three-way cooler for all three of us, really. But that guy's min 3-bet from the blinds was absolutely idiotic. Oh, great. I got moved to the player with all the other good with all the other good players. So sick. That table I was just looking at and said, oh, wow, this is a good table. I'm a Luxac inheritance, and they moved me there. But whatever. Just stay out of their way. And I got 20 big blinds here with 10s. And this guy just open cram, which is going to make it easy on us, unless like 2 people call or something like that. At this point, I think even if that guy shoved, I'd be calling. And now we're flipping, big flip. So far so good. Let's see if we can fade it. Fade it. Ah, God, dang it. Sigh. So sick. Such a big flip. It's brutal. Okay, so we have to fold this. We're down to 7x. If we would have won that, we would have been up over average. So, but that's what you gotta do. You gotta win flips. So now there's 54 left, and over here I got someone dominated again, and we end up chopping though. Brutal. Sigh. So, so yeah. So this is gross. I'll be folding this. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay, so that was unfortunate loss of a flip. It especially hurts. I mean, it obviously is 50-50 or close to it anyways, but it hurts worse when it comes at the end like that, psychologically. And that's a big flip. But at least I won. I mean, I would have preferred to win over here than at the other one, really, because, I mean, at least I'm still in this one, so that's good. But this is the bigger buy-in one, and like a lot larger prize pool. So, and we're a little farther along over here, so I kind of, if I had to choose between those two hands, I would. I mean, at least I'm still alive in both right now, which is good. But so I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to think if I would rather. Which one I would have rather lost. It's close though, because just because if I lost the other one, I'd only be in this, but I'd have a really big stack in this. I'd be like, you know, well over average. But now I'm well over average over here, and at least still alive over here. So yeah, I guess the way if I had to pick a hand to lose, the way it worked out is not too bad. Still drawing live over here. I have to shove almost. I pretty much have to shove one of the next 3 hands. I don't have a ton of fold equity against these late position players. King 3 is pretty close. I'm just gonna fold. King 3 is like a bottom. Is like probably like a 48% hand, so it's slightly better than average. But in one of the next 2, on average, I'll have a slightly better hand than King 3 to shove with. And 8-7 is pretty. And this I'll just fold with him opening. And I've got the ace-10 here. This guy min raises under the gun, and he's got like, what is that? Like almost 30 big blinds. So yeah, this is pretty much just a fold. You can't do too much here, especially now. I think this guy's good actually. Maybe not, but let me search this guy. I'm not sure if he's good or not. Lord. It's either shove this or, yeah, I have 7 big blinds, so I guess this is a fold. Normally I'll shove like top like 60% of hands, so, and queen 5 is just like right there, pretty close. So yeah, I'm not sure, Yeah, I just don't like that spot. But shoving there is not terrible. Obviously, it's okay. Okay, they moved I'm a luck sack at my other table, which is good because he's a good player. But then I just realized that Mestra Flippe or whatever is a good player too. So. Ah, Lord. I was planning to call, like, I mean, it depends how the action goes, but I was planning on calling or getting it in with a really wide range here, and I would have, but 6 deuce off is not part of that range, so just going to be folding. Sucks. Alright, let's get that one in for sure. Even if 4 people shoved in front of me, I'd probably still get it in. So, see if we can double up here. I expect to get called almost always, and I expect to dominate a fair portion of his range. I still expect to have the best hand a lot here. Yeah, that was really nice. He could have had overcards, you know, so that worked out really well. Unless a queen comes, and it didn't. So ship that. Okay, so we're back in it for sure.